Trendy Tree, and today we're going to do a grapevine wreath for Halloween. This one is going to be a glitzy witch with a little bit of rustic side. So we're going to use a grapevine wreath. We've got this gauzy, spooky fabric. I'm just going to take it, not around Carrie. Give me that. And
it comes in a little, not a bag, but it's clipped together, folded up, kind of like a drape.
So I'm just going to kind of lay it around on my grapevine wreath for the base. I just want it to be kind of eerie and spooky. It almost kind of gives me like a mossy feel. But
does it hang? Is it fine if it hangs down below?
Yes. We'll cinch it up right here at the bottom. And I'm going to start with this. So, if I could have a piece of floral wire, please, ma'am.
Would you like paddle wire?
That's fine.
Would you like, how about this? Because this is what I see. Oh, here we go.
Perfect. So, we got a little bit of paddle wire here. I don't think you need much wire. The gauze fabric kind of picks up with the grapevine and attaches itself on its own. So, but just to be on the safe side, I am just gonna.
You need a brooch.
We're gonna add some skull picks. Carrie's been in there working hard trying to get these Trendy Tree packages shipped out, so she missed a couple of steps when Miss Jenny and I were going over how we wanted to do this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
thank you though.
What
I'm also going to use something that Miss Jenny is really excited about. She went and picked out for us. It's something a little bit different, but we think it's pretty cool. Black roses.
That's a mama find right there.
And then I'm also going to use a little bit of the greenery for my base. Just some green ficus branches.
Are you using this?
Yes, I am.
Oh, look, that one's hanging.
We're going to use a skull pick.
Are you using the hat?
Using the top hat pick.
I don't know what's happening.
Okay.
Are you using these?
And we're to add a little extra glitz for the holiday season. We're going to add these champagne kind of sequin dipped magnolia sprigs.
And are we using this?
And we're going to use this banner too. Happy Halloween.
And are we using this?
That's for our bow. That's our ribbon.
Well, okay, I think I've got it now.
All right, great. Okay, so I'm going to start out with my ficus branch, just to kind of give me a base for my black roses. I'm not going to cut anything just yet, and I do have my glue pot on for when we get to the adding the roses. I've got my glue pot on a pretty low setting. It's on about 200, so you know you don't want to get that glue too hot, but 200 seems to kind of do the trick. So I'm just going to insert my ficus branch into the grapevine itself. And well, now the way this grapevine is all twisted around, this ficus branch should be fine. It should stay in there secure because it is wired itself, and I think that it'll just slide right into that grapevine just fine. I'm going to add another branch here, just the opposite side of the first branch that I put in. And then I've come around on the back here where my stem is out, and I'm just going to poke it back through my grapevine. Okay? This is going to kind of form the base for my black roses.
This is the flower bed.
This one is a little too long to come around the top because I know I'm going to put my banner on this side. So I'm going to cut the third stem. I'm going to cut just a little bit off of it. Really, I'm going to cut it, the bottom part of it, in half. There we go. So I'm just going to come on around the top of the wreath here. I'm going to insert my ficus branch again into the grapevine wreath. And have my leaves come on around the top, which will be the top of the wreath here. Okay? Okay, so I've got my ficus branches inserted into the grapevine, and what we're going to do is come back with the black roses and add a little glue and touch that stem in certain places with the glue. So I think that'll keep it all real nice and secure. So I've just taken the rose bush here and I've cut off single roses.
Stem.
Yep. How many roses are in that bundle, Carrie?
7.
7? Okay, so we're going to use one bundle for this wreath. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and cut it a little bit shorter in half. I'm going to take my glue pan and run my rose through that and just kind of insert my rose right here next to the area where I put my ficus branch. So that gives that a little glue and it can all sit there together. This rose, I'm going to leave it a little longer. I'm going to leave it the way it is, cut off from the bundle. And I'm going to go over to my glue pot, put a little glue on the stem, and insert there. These black roses are hot off the truck. So we think they're kind of great for Halloween. Miss Jenny found those for us and we're excited about them. So I'm just kind of poofing out my rose. When you get your roses at home, you know, if they're a little crumbled and you want them to have look a little bit bigger, I'm just kind of going around and working with that petal and just kind of making it a little bit, have a larger head. So I'm going to take this rose, run it through the glue pan again, grab up some glue. And again, these roses are wired, so they're able to, you know, kind of stand up and do what I want them to do. But I'm adding a little bit of glue as I go along.
I need a job.
Okay. You can, the next thing we're going to add will be this,
That thing?
this spray.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask Carrie just to start cutting these off. We don't need this much stem on these. So let's just go ahead and cut these. Leave about a 2-inch stem.
Okay.
And that ought to be sufficient. Here is your chopper, which is great, a great tool to have. And I'm going to go around, keep going around with the black rose. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. And I've still got 3 left. But I'm going to wait and see once I get these sprays in my wreath where I might think those other roses need to go. So there we have our 4 roses and our ficus branch.
You want all 3 of these?
Yes. Okay. Now I'm going to add my Glitzy spray. And I will put a little bit of glue on it. And I'm just going to kind of insert it here down at the bottom of the wreath as well. This is the bottom that I'm working on. I'll turn it around here where you all can see it at home. But this will be the bottom. Okay, I'm just kind of spreading out the little pods here. They're wired. This is a really good quality pick. Can I say it's raz?
Yes, it is.
Okay, this is a raz pick and it looks great. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit more glue to my second pick as I come around the middle part here of the wreath, the midsection. Just insert that spray, working around the ficus branch my leaves, my branches. I'm going to turn it just a tad because it is wired and I can work with that as it comes up the wreath. Okay, and I'm going to add my third and final glitter pick here. So I come around the top of the wreath. Going to insert it right about there. Working my ficus back around because again I really want the ficus to be on the wreath, but I want it to kind of be just a background, and I want really my glittery leaves to show up more.
Now what?
Now, I want to add my skull head pick.
Do you want cutting?
Yes, please. Again, this is kind of long, so I think in order to keep the stem, you know, stronger to hold up these 3 heads, we're going to cut this in half. I'm going to go around the wreath with my skull heads and my top hat. So you can cut each pick about the same length. Cut it in half. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue to this pick as well. And I'm going to insert the skull heads at the top of the wreath. I have to pull it back closer to me where I can work with it better here. But this is the top again. And as I insert the skull heads, I'm just going to kind of
all 4 of these sprays?
Yes. Okay. I'm just going to kind of move around where I think I want him to be. This spooky skull head.
Hat.
And a top hat. We've got the top hat here. Again, this is a Raz pick and it's great quality. It's very easy to move around and hardwired there, so that's good. So I'm going to put just a little bit of glue on the bottom of that pick as well. I'm going to insert it about midway down from a top hat. If you have some of your pick come out the back, you just want to double check for that. This pick is a little heavy, so what I think I may do as well is take this one and grab a little of my floral wire and just give it a little bit more support and attach it to the grapevine as well. See what I'm doing here? Just put my floral wire around the pick. I'm just going to grab up a little piece of my grapevine and run that wire through the grapevine. Now then, got it nice and secure in there. Spreading out the different little hats, little top hats here. My black roses. This witch, she's fancy. She's a fancy girl. Again, I've got my skull head pick. Just gonna dip it in a little glue. Put it right down from my top hat pick. There we go. Okay, got a little glue on him, so he ought to stay just fine in there.
Top hat.
Top hat again. I'm gonna come down here.
It's
with
gonna
it.
be weighted on one side.
Well, I'm gonna put a big bow on this side to balance it out, and a few roses. We'll probably use those extra roses on the other side too.
Okay. I have no doubts. I'm just.
It's gonna be a heavy grapevine wreath. I'm gonna cut off a little bit more of that.
Okay, Jeannie. Never satisfied.
Oh, you know I am. So I have inserted that last top hat pick near the bottom of my wreath. Okay? Just going to kind of work my picks, my leaves around the stem on it. Alright, and now I'm going to move around here to the other side, and our Happy Halloween banner. Happy Halloween. We just want to show everybody out there how you can use banners in your wreaths, whether it be mesh or grapevine. So we like this banner in this one, and I'm going to simply begin to decide where the placement of it should go. Okay, I'm thinking that I want this banner to be about right there. So how I'm going to do that is this.
Let me hold it.
Yeah, we've got the jute rope here at the top, but also at the bottom, so we can make the banner stay in one place. I'm going to take some floral wire and run inside of this banner just to hold it in place. So while Carrie holds it up, I'm just going to grab a piece of floral wire here. And then I'm just going to simply run my wire. The inside of this banner is cut open. See here? So I'm just going to run my wire inside the banner where the little wooden dowel is. And then the wire will come out the other end.
Maybe.
Gotta be patient. There we go. There it is. Came out the other end just like that. Okay? So I'm just going to take that wire and attach it to my grapevine wreath. And that way it'll be a little secure at the bottom as well. So I'm just I've got my wire here, and I'm just running it through my vine. And I'm going to do it on the other side too, just for a little extra security. Now, let's get back to the top of the banner, see where it is exactly. I'll stretch it up just a little bit here. I'm going to cinch the top of my jute hanger with a little bit of my floral wire. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Later I'm going to come back and add a bow to the top of this. So it really doesn't matter how your mechanics look, you just want to get it secure into the wreath. But I am taking my wire and twisting it around and around the top part that I have created out of the jute hanger. And then I'm just coming around the back of the wreath with my wire, and I've caught a grapevine, and I just attach the wire to it. Okay, so now we are set and we are ready
Let me hang it while you look at the bow.
Sure. Thank you.
That's going to my house.
Jenny says that's going to her house. She loves the black roses, and I do too. I think they look awfully fun. Okay, so now that we know, kind of the placement of everything, I'm going to have my ribbon up here, my bow, and I'm going to have it come down the right side here. Let's clean up that grapevine wreath. Can be a little messy, but we sure do like them. They're very multifunctional. So I've got this ribbon. It's a little glitz for the Halloween season. And I'm just going to measure out here about 36 inches. Okay? Not yet. I'm going to make a bow out of this. So I'm measuring 36, and I'm going to do that because I want the bow to be pretty big. I'm going to do that 4 times. 4 36 sections. 4 36-inch sections. Okay, now you can cut, please. Okay, lay this over to the side. So we've got 4 36-inch sections on that. I did not cut it. I want to add a little bit of black and orange glitz. So I'm going to do that's 1 36-inch. And I'm going to do 2 on it. 4 for my big one. 4 36-inch pieces for my big one. 2 36-inch pieces for the black and orange. Okay, so I've cut my gold ribbon. I've cut 4 yards of it. I have not, cut it apart or anything. It's just one continuous piece. 4 yards of it. 2 yards of the black and orange. And then I'm also going to do 2 yards of the solid black with a little bit of burlap on the edges. Because remember, we said this was a glitzy witch with a little bit of country. So, 1.
It's crunchy ribbon.
Crunchy. I picked it because I believe it will stand up. 2. Okay? So now I'm just going to take my 4-yard piece of gold and begin to make my loop. About a 6-inch loop right here, and I've got about a 12-inch tail. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and do another 6-inch loop. Okay? And I'm going to leave another 12-inch tail. Alright, and then I'm going to begin to incorporate my orange and black. Now, you at home may have a whole other way of tying your bows, but this is kind of the way I do it. So, I'm going to do a 3-inch loop here with the black and orange on one side and leave about a 6-inch tail. I'm going to do another 3-inch loop. Okay. And now then, I'm going to incorporate my black and burlap. And again, I'm going to do about another 3-inch loop with a 6-inch tail. Another 3-inch loop with a 6-inch tail. I'm going to bring back in my black and orange. Same size, about the same measurement again. 3-inch loop on either side. 3-inch loop. Okay? So that gives me 4 loops of the black and orange. And then I'm going to do another 3-inch loop of the black and burlap. And another 3-inch loop as well. And then I'm going to finish on the back here with my gold. 6-inch loop, 6-inch loop. You can see about how much I have left. 6-inch loop, 6-inch loop. Now this is going to leave this tail just a tad longer. So altogether I've got 3 6-inch loops of the gold too.
You want a chenille stem or wire?
A chenille stem, please. As you can tell, this one tail is a little bit longer, but that's kind of how I had envisioned it coming down the side here. So I'm just going to take my gold chenille stem and wrap it around my bow bundle. Cinch it off in the back. And then that way now I can kind of bring the bow up closer to me and work with it and pull my loops whichever way I want them to go. Just spreading them out from one another. Okay, I think I might finish off this end. The dovetail here. Pointed down. And then maybe just a 45-degree angle on this one. Okay? The rest looks finished off well enough to me. I'm going to place my bow here at the top where we hung the banner. And I'm just simply grabbing, let me hold it, turn around, simply grabbing a piece of the grapevine in the back, and that's how I'm going to attach my bow with my chenille stems. Okay, so let's put it back on the wall here where we can kind of get a better look at our ribbon. Now, I've got those 3 roses that are left. Okay. Well, okay.
We have the best hanger in the world.
I've got my long streamer. I'm just going to kind of pinch it in there at the bottom and attach it with some of the floral wire. Thank you. So I'm just cinching my long streamer there, attaching it with the floral wire to the grapevine. Cut that off. Tuck it in there. And then I've actually got these 3 rose heads left over. And I think I'm going to place them right there with my streamer. So they're all about the same length still. I'm going to go ahead and cut those off with my cutter. Cut off about halfway up the stem. And then I'm just going to simply put a little glue on each stem as I put it back in to the grapevine wreath. Just have a little grouping on the opposite side of black roses. Dipping it in my glue. Shoving it there in the grapevine.
I like this one.
Thank you. I think Miss Jenny really likes it. She loves the black roses, and we do too. And there we go. We've got a cluster there. We've got our bow. We've got our spooky gauze and our glitzy champagne.
It's a different
skulls
look,
and
but
top
I like
hats.
it. How wide?
So let's get Carrie to measure how wide it is.
It's wide, about 32.
It's about 32 inches.
It looks good.
Okay, and
Can I tuck this out?
sure, you just, once you get it where you want, where you can work with it and you can see what it's doing, you may have to move a couple of the stems around to your liking and the leaves and things like that. But it's a real sturdy pick. It's got a great, you know, base, and that you can easily move it around and work with it. So we thank you all for watching today, and
all the supplies came from Trendy Tree, and we like it. Thank you. Bye-bye.
bye-bye. I don't have any like stuff in my mouth.
No.
Alright, okay. We're here today. We're going to do another Halloween wreath. We're excited about it.
We're from Trendy Tree.
We're from Trendy Tree.